Hey, what's up guys? My name's Philip and I'm coming at you today. I want to talk about a project car that I'm going to walk you through. Project Tokyo Drift. This is a 2003 Nissan 350Z. It's actually my son's car. What you're looking at right now is a finished product because a couple years ago he rear-ended a Jeep in it, broke the front support. This thing's been sat for 2 years. These cars are going up in value. And most of what was wrong with it was cosmetic. The rest of the car runs good. So we're like, you know what? Let's fix this thing in a budget and see what it takes to get her back on the road. So I'm going to walk you through everything we did. Front's about $5,000 is what we invested in this car. Probably got this thing back to being about a $10,000 350Z. More importantly, we got it back on the road where it can be enjoyed for years to come. Follow along. I'll show you how we got there.
Right.
Yeah, that'll work.
First initial, last name where they can read it.
All right, my friend, take care. Appreciate you. You too now. See, everything is packaged like super good. So we got it Z1 Motorsport. Z1 currently has a sweepstakes going on, and we have over 7,000 entries. We bought so much stuff, so that's pretty cool. There's a lot of really good videos online on how to replace a front core support on a 350Z. So for this part of the video, I really didn't get too in depth. In our case, the radiator was shot and the fans themselves had been cracked. Fans we fixed with a combination of fiberglass and reinforcement, and what we did is we rebuilt the structure, painted it up, and therefore the fan housing was structurally sound. Going this route saved us about $500 versus buying a new fan assembly for the car. We installed the new core support. Nissan does not make the original core support for a 350Z from 2003 to 2005. They changed their design to a three-piece, and the three-piece design was introduced in 2006. That is the part that you use. However, it does pose a couple issues with mounting points for the front bumper and some of the accessories. Bust things bust. Got scared there for a second thinking it wasn't going to fit. Don't have no support. This front bumper is for a 2003 350Z. This core support, they actually discontinued the original core support. The part bolts up perfectly, it's beautiful. However, the mounting points for the bumper are not the same. Alright guys, so taking a look at the front of this 350Z, where our issue lies is here's our core support, and our bumper is going to attach to it. Now this one, this is the Nissan factory push pin. Hey, this is perfect. This is going to fit in exactly the way it's supposed to. Matter of fact, it fits in so well it doesn't even want to come out nicely. This is stock 350Z configuration right here, 1, 2, 3 mounting points. However, this right here, this is not 2003 mounting point. This is 2006 and beyond. This is Nissan's upgraded front core support, and the problem is even this hole is too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a combination of a washer for this hole, and then I've got an M10 insert. I've traced an area around it. We're going to cut away, snap this in, and I'm going to show you how we do it as such so that we can use a bolt that will look closely like the rivet pin and secure this bumper in place. Well, there we go. There's my bracket in place for mounting that bumper. You won't be able to see it once it's bolted down. You'll just see the head of the screw. These two bolts are actually going to accept the push pins, and then these two are too big, and this is where the washers are going to come into play. So here's my washer right here. What I'm going to do is it's actually hollow underneath this portion. So I'm going to slide my washer into place, and then when I put my push pin in, you're going to hear it click. You hear that snap? good and solid. It's secured very well. All right, once again, you hear that snap? That's it snapping into place. Last bolt holding the bumper on. All right, so let's check it out. Here's the bumper. Unpainted, but this is the finished product. This side's not quite as clean because we have body damage over here. Hammered this up. This is blue Toyota paint. It's not exact, but it's pretty damn close. So last bolt's going in. Anytime I see videos of people installing these bumpers, they always forget these side bolts that go to the quarter panel. And to be honest, with these new ones, there's a bracket and there's 3 bolts that get bolted in. We're using the Seabond carbon fiber hood, but Seabond is very specific when they tell you not to use the stock hinge pins. What we're going to be using today is we're going to be using the arrow catch system. It's a hidden hood pin system. It's going to require some cutting. There's a lot of YouTube videos on how to do this. I'll be honest, these people make it sound like you're trying to defuse a bomb in a crowded mall or something. It's nothing like that. It's not hard. I'm not going to give a big how-to because there's a billion videos on it, but we're going to do a quick follow through and hit the highlights. Minty fresh. These hood hinge pins, let's zoom in on one right here. You have to angle them forward. The rake of the hood is quite extreme, and if you do not angle these hinge pins forward, they don't align and they don't close properly. Carbon fiber is nasty. You don't want that in your lungs. And I'll tell you that as an emergency room nurse, you don't want to be coming in and getting an x-ray after you suck this in all day. So the mask, $10 at Ace Hardware. It's N95 rated with a breather. Totally worth the investment. A little test fitting. I think we've got this about where we're on it. Not a lot, just a bit. It's always the little things that tend to be the biggest pain in the butt when you're working on a project car. The old license plate bolts literally welded into the nuts that held them in place. An M8 regular size retaining latch from Ace Hardware, I think it was $1.50, and then an M8 bolt is actually the most exciting milestone we've had yet. This officially makes this car street legal, which means I can drive it down the road if I want. We're gonna fix this scratch. So this car came in, has a pretty sizable scratch right here in the center of the carbon fiber. I knew that when I bought the hood. I got $400 off on the hood, matter of fact, because it was scratched. And if you look at the rest of the car, we got dents all over the place. A little bit of cosmetic damage. I'm like, just adds to the flavor on this thing. We're gonna clean it with some acetone, and then I'm gonna put some touch-up paint on it. Definitely want all grease and shipping stuff and who knows what. Whatever was on that hood, we want it off. The filler for fixing some deep scratches, but once I hit it with the rubbing compound, everything's gonna blend down. Like I said, we're gonna let this dry for a couple hours at least before we even begin to mess with it. We took a look. I don't think the oil's been changed in over a year, so we're going to get that done. And then we took it for a wash, and the windshield wipers were literally falling apart, so we just replaced those as well. Steering wheel, the center cap was falling out. That was like super ghetto. We notched this cylinder. It's got like little little fingers on the inside. We notch each one and then we put an O-ring in it, and by that we can push this in. It stays nice and tight. Horn works, and the nice part is you can pop it out for maintenance. So it's probably the way they should have done it in the first place. We're missing the upper radiator support locks. I bought 2 of these from Z1 Motorsports. This goofy little piece of plastic is quite pricey, I might say. I want to say they were like 30 bucks each. Alright, next on our list is we're putting the battery tie down in. This is one of those often overlooked things, but if you want to take your car to the track, you got to use a battery tie down. They're just rods with nuts on top. But this back one, if you don't get it in place first, it can fall down, and then you got to pull that whole damn battery out and the battery tray. Like I said, ask me how I know. Alright, welcome to the underside of the 350Z. We're going to install our insert so that we can put Z1 Motorsports under bumper on. So this undershroud from Z1 Motorsports comes in 3 parts, designed to be modular so that you can take it apart. This is for like oil changes. I'll be honest, the main reason we're putting this on there is I need something to stiffen up the bumper. Alright, the second panel we're going to install is going to go in like so. It's got a nice fancy Z1 Motorsports emblem on it. That'll be kind of weird. The service panel sits on a hinge. And pull this out or drop it down so that you can do the oil change, and then put it back up afterwards. Kind of a neat design, but you can get an idea what it looks like. That'll be the finished piece in place. To be honest, I'm considering this project pretty much done. After we got everything installed, we took the car for a shakedown run, make sure that it was performing as advertised. We found a couple little bugs, we fixed them, but overall we're pretty happy with the performance. And if you've made it this far in the video, appreciate you watching and enjoy the final product.